Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Creative Hub. I hope you all are fit and fine. Today we are going to learn the prepositions in detail, and this is the third part of this series. Here we will discuss some confusing prepositions and the common mistakes we do in using the prepositions. So let's start. We have already learned the preposition of time and place, and the common prepositions we use for showing the time and place are in, on and at. Let's have a look on the examples. Here are some special notes for you to avoid the common mistakes done while using the prepositions. So let's start. At and in are the words which are used to show the place as well as to show the time. Sometimes we get confused where to use at and where to use in. So these notes will help you to remember this. At is used in following cases: a position, a point in a space, events or group activities, shop or workplaces, and an exact address. While in is used in following cases: place having volume or area, with a large space, or with roads or streets. When we talk about time, at is used in following cases: for clock time, meal time, weekend, and holidays of 2 or 3 days. In case of time, on is used in following cases: with day and with date. For is used in following cases: with years, days, a long time, ages, and several days. Remember, with longer periods of time like months, years, and seasons, we use in. Also, for a part of day like morning and afternoon, we use for, but the exception is night. With night, we use at. Let's talk about the agency or the preposition of agent. By is used in following cases: when we talk in journal and not about a specific object like bike, car, we use by. But when we talk about a specific car or a specific bike, then we use on or onto. With train and ship also we use on or onto. But with any specific car, taxi, van or lorry, we use in or into. Let's see some more important things. With pleased, happy, angry and delighted, sometimes we get confused what to use: with, at or about. These three words are used in different sense. Let's see some examples. She was pleased with the opportunity. She was very pleased with her exam results. The boss should be pleased with you. He is pleased with his new job. If we generalize the meaning, you can see in all these four examples, the meaning is something like which we say in Hindi, say. Now let's see some other examples. She seemed pleased at our success. We were mightily pleased at winning. I could see her pleased at the news. In all these three sentences, we can generalize that the meaning of this word at here is par. Some more examples are: she seemed very pleased about something. I am very pleased about the result. Here you can see in both the sentences the reason of happiness is there. I hope through these examples you will be able to understand the difference between these three words when they are used with pleased, happy, angry or delighted. One more such confusing word is shout. Shout at and shout to. We use shout at when you are angry and shout to make someone hear. Let's have a look on the example. There is no need to shout at me. If they shout at you, shout back. You just shout at them and they burst into tears. Let's see the examples of shout to. So much noise from the engine that we had to shout to hear each other. I shouted to get help. Sometimes we also get confused while using the prepositions with the word agree. Like agree with, agree about, agree on and agree to. Agree with is used with a person. Agree about is used for a subject. Agree on is used on a matter. Agree to is used for something. Let's see the examples. I agree with you partially. I don't agree with that. Agree about. They never agree about politics. We don't always agree about everything. Agree on. We don't agree on this point. We rarely agree on what to do. Agree to. It was unwise of you to agree to that. The club members did agree to modify their recruitment policy. Do you agree to the conditions? What do you use with good, bad, clever and brilliant? Yes, we write at. For example, I have never been very good at arithmetic. She is good at telling anecdotes. He is really bad at making decisions. I am bad at English, but she is worse. My brother is clever dealing with business. She is very clever at winkling secrets out of people. She is brilliant at handling difficult clients. He is brilliant at football. And what do you use with senior, junior, superior or inferior? Yes, we use to with these words. For example, he is 10 years senior to me. Smith is senior to me by 3 years. John is still junior to me at work. I object to being told what to do by someone junior to me. Your computer is far superior to mine. The book is superior to that. Nobody is inferior to you here. The house is inferior to what I expected. Let's see which preposition we use with anxious, need, start and reason. We were all anxious for news. She was anxious for me to unwrap the other gifts. Is there any need for you to go there? He emphasized the need for hard work. What time do you start for work? It looks like rain. Let's start for home. What's the reason for this sadness? Their reason for doing it is still a puzzle to me. And which preposition you use with married? Yes, it's to. Examples are she is married to a company chairman. She is married to an Italian. Let's see what is the difference between of and OFF of. OFF of is used in these cases. Location, the middle of the road. Possession, a friend of mine. OFF of means not on or away from. Please keep off the grass. At some distance from. There are islands off the coast. Now let's discuss some common mistakes which we do while using the prepositions. First of all, I will tell you the incorrect sentence, then I will tell you the correct one. So let's start. This is the key of my room. The correct one is, this is the key to my room. Another sentence, what a dirty face, look at the mirror. What a dirty face, look in the mirror. Another example, let's begin from page number 10. Correct is, let's begin at or on page number. More examples, I met with your friend. Correct one is, I met your friend. She insisted to pay. She insisted on paying. Children, I already told you that married to is used, not married with. Don't say she was married with a rich man. Say she was married to a rich man. The same way with engaged also we use to. Another common mistake is opposite from. It's wrong. We use opposite to. So don't say their house is opposite from ours. Say their house is opposite to ours. Pass by a place, not from a place. So don't say, will you pass from the post office? Say, will you pass by the post office? Play for a team, not with a team. Don't say, he plays regularly with that team. Say, he plays regularly for that team. Let's discuss some more common mistakes with prepositions. George invests her money on the stock market. The correction is in the stock market. My birthday is on September. My birthday is in September. Mary is married with a doctor. Mary is married to a doctor. It has been snowing from Saturday. Since Saturday. She was afraid from dogs. Of dogs. His car is superior than mine. Superior to mine. John failed from chemistry last week. Failed in chemistry. You can insure for theft. Against theft. Our company is ashamed for him. Ashamed of him. The customer was in time for the meeting. Was on time for the meeting. Look out window. Out of the window. Let's discuss some more examples of incorrect use of prepositions. I congratulate you for your success. The correct one is, I congratulate you on your success. I cannot agree to you on the subject. I cannot agree with you on the subject. I agree with your proposals. I agree to your proposals. You will have to answer for your employer. You will be answerable to your employer. You must attend at the book. You must attend to the book. He is my authority on my saying so. He is my authority for my saying so. He regretted for his mistake. He regretted his mistake. He is awaiting for his friend. He is awaiting his friend. He is waiting the arrival of the postman. Correct one is, he is waiting for the arrival of the postman. He is afraid from the thief. He is afraid of the thief is correct. Have a look on more such incorrect use of prepositions and the correct sentence. Till now, you have learned the various rules of using prepositions and also the common mistakes we do while using the prepositions. Now, let's do an exercise. Here, some questions are given. You have to choose the right answer. At the end of this slide, I will show you the correct answers so that you can match it with your answers. So, let's start the exercise. I hope the prepositions are clear to you. Now we will have a look on the prepositional adverbs. So, do you know when a preposition becomes an adverb? So let's know about it. The prepositional adverbs. English words that can function as prepositional adverbs are about, above, across, after, along, around, before, behind, below, between, beyond, by, down, in, inside, near, on, opposite, out, outside, over, past, round, since, through, throughout, under, up, within, and without. All these words are prepositions, but here we are not talking about the prepositions. We are talking about the prepositional adverbs. Let's study more about them. Unlike real prepositions, prepositional adverbs occur mainly at the end of a phrase and not before nouns. They also modify the verb, which a preposition doesn't. Note: one way to spot a prepositional adverb is to look for prepositions that do not have corresponding objects. Often, but not always, these prepositions also serve as adverbs. Let's see some examples. After he finished wiping his shoes, he stepped inside. In the last quarter of a game, their fans cheered them on. He is just hanging around. In the middle of the investigation, an informer came forward with valuable information. By looking at these examples, can you just find out what is the difference between the preposition and the prepositional adverbs? We know that the prepositions are used in front of the nouns or before the nouns. But in the example 1, we can see that inside word is used not before any noun. The same way we can see in sentence 2 and sentence 3. In the sentence 4, we can see the word forward is used with a verb, not with a noun. So, such prepositions which are used in the sentence as an adverb are called prepositional adverbs. I hope this video was useful to you and all your doubts related to prepositions are cleared now. Keep watching the channel for more such informative videos. Thank you.